Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how to cut your strip of cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 2 using this sample here. This is just an extra piece that I had. We're going to cut it with the stitched rectangle dies, the largest die. And so the way that you do this is you line up the edge. Now this cardstock might not be quite long enough, but you'll get the gist of it. So we're going to hold this in place because it moves easily. We're going to hold it in place with the Post-its, put the top plate on, and run it through the stamp cut and emboss machine. I know that you can't see all of this. I have the camera pulled up as far as I could in order to do this. So with the first pass through, take this off slowly so it doesn't tear your cardstock. Okay, so with the first pass through, yeah, my piece wasn't quite long enough, so it did great here and along this edge, but here it was a little bit cut off, but that's okay. When you run this through your stamp cut and emboss machine, the pieces that you cut off will be probably still in the die, so you just remove those. Excuse me. And then you need to line this up again. Now since it's a little shorter down here, I'm just lining it up with the bottom of the cardstock. And here where I had where it's got the cut and the design along this edge. Now you don't have to use Post-it notes. You can use washi tape or anything that's not real sticky, because you don't want to tear your cardstock. So again, I'm just lining this up down here along the edge, along the very edge. Hold that in place. And even just letting go of it long enough to get this other Post-it on here, it moved just a little bit. So we'll put our top plate on and then run this through. And it should be cut along the bottom this time. Now it's not going to be cut along that edge because it was just a little bit too short. But here you can see now that it's cut along the bottom and along this side and along the top. But when you cut yours, your piece is going to be a little longer than this, because the instructions that I'm going to give you tell you how long this piece needs to be so that you can cut it. But that's how you cut it, so that it's got the design all the way around it. All right, so we're ready for our next step.